Hello and welcome. Our special coverage continues right here on NewsX on Prime Minister Modi's visit to Saudi Arabia. We are now being joined by Noor Osama Nugali, Deputy Editor-in-Chief of Arab News. In fact, she's the journalist that interviewed Prime Minister Modi just before his visit to Saudi Arabia. Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Ade, for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here with you today.
Before we talk, a bit more about India-Saudi relations and where things stand, let's just talk a bit about this interview because, Prime Minister Modi, of course, shared his thoughts on his vision for India-Saudi ties. Also, of course, what was on his mind before he came to Saudi Arabia before his key meeting with your Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman. What stood out for you in that interview?
I have to tell you, Ade, it was a phenomenal interview. It was very wide-ranging. We spoke about economic ties, bilateral relations. We spoke about historic ties. We spoke about strategic partnerships, the Business Council. There was nothing that was not mentioned in this interview, but I think the most thing that stood out for me was really the warmth of relations between the two leaders. That really was evident in his words to us at Arab News, and it really showcased when he described many of the events, and he said our economic ties are as old as the monsoon winds. And that was just fantastic, and there was so much more to say. He even says that every time he leaves a meeting with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he leaves a very deep impression on him. Again, that speaks volumes of their amazing relationship. When you have respect, trust, and a very good-natured relationship, this is where our countries can go forward, and we've seen that happen.
Yes, in fact, you also said in your interview how Indians love Saudi Arabian dates, and of course, Saudis love Indian rice. And in fact, he's going to a date factory tomorrow as well.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So you have a scoop that I don't.
Let's just also talk a bit about now, the IMEC. Because that, of course, is a very crucial announcement that was made in the G20 summit, which India was chairing in New Delhi. Where do you really see this IMEC corridor moving forward? Do you believe there will be a vision, a roadmap laid out in this meeting?
So the importance of IMEC was really highlighted 2 years ago when it was announced in New Delhi during the G20, as you very kindly described. This is just the beginning of a very strategic partnership of where these two countries, whom are economic trade partners, that India is Saudi Arabia's second largest trade partner, and the imports are unbelievable. The numbers are fantastic, and it really showcases again that it's not just a bilateral relations that are important, but also the economic ties that are there. His Excellency Prime Minister Modi said that even during the most difficult of times, that there was no challenges, but there was a thriving and strength in the economic times. That says so much about that. Going back to the IMEC, I can't predict really much, but I know the importance of it. I do foresee them really coming forward and giving out some kind of information about where it's heading, and hopefully we will both report on it afterwards.
Yes. Let's just talk a bit also now about what all items will be top of the agenda in this bilateral meeting. Let's understand the Saudi side from you as well. You've understood the Indian side, obviously, through this interview. I think energy, trade, agriculture, defense, economic ties, these all will figure in the meeting. What's the sense you're getting?
I'm getting that this meeting is going to hold very high importance on many levels, given the interview that we just had concluded with His Excellency. So when he spoke about the economic ties, that was really a steadfast kind of important topic. But not only that, it was also a people-to-people relationship. It was also a bilateral relationship. One of the keynotes that was mentioned also was the Saudi-Indian Saudi-Indian Business Partnership Council that was conceived in 2019. It's only moving forward from there. From what I understood, Saudi Arabia has invested $10 billion in India through its various companies, including Aramco and SABIC. What more are we going to see? We will find out soon, inshallah.
The Indian diaspora as well. Of course, they met with PM Modi on his visit here. What kind of role does the Indian diaspora play in Saudi Arabia?
I do have to say that the Indians are our brothers and sisters here in Saudi Arabia, and not only are they, residents, but we also consider them citizens because they've lived here for so long and we've become one. We see their touches in many of the cities, especially in Mecca, Medina, the Hijaz particularly, even in Jeddah, and across the kingdom. So I've once heard an official tell me that Indians are the only a nationality that have no prior crime that take place in a country. And that's true of what's saying. They're hardworking, they're steadfast, they're dedicated, they're passionate. And this is the kind of people that we want to work with and learn from.
Yes. Now, just talking about Saudi Arabia, you live here, of course, and you report on the affairs over here. Have you seen under MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince, this focus on tourism, on attracting tourism, on liberalization of certain things? Also, we are seeing that the World Cup also will be coming here very, very soon. So, do you believe all of these, are efforts of more outreach towards the global audience?
Absolutely. Saudi Arabia today is not the same as Saudi Arabia 10 years ago. And I've written about this before because I'm blessed and I have 4 children. I have 2 boys and 2 girls. My boys remember in old Saudi Arabia where we didn't have that much happening. My daughters don't know anything except empowerment, except that they follow their passions, that they were going to succeed and they can be whatever they want. We went to Abha, the southern region of Saudi Arabia, for tourism. We're visiting, we've become tourists in our own country, discovering everything day by day and really enjoying it and showcasing what we have and how we're going to present it to the world while also enjoying it ourselves, I think. And as you've rightfully just said, Uday, the kingdom has changed immensely. It's becoming a beautiful place. People are very welcoming. We have so many things that are happening here, and I hope you manage to enjoy a little bit while you are here also.
Yes, I certainly will hope so, or try to at least. Just talking also about Jeddah now, because that is the city chosen this time. Interestingly, the first time, as I said earlier, that PM Modi is visiting here. Why do you believe Jeddah was chosen? Is it because this is the commercial hub? Does that show the focus on economic ties, trade ties?
You're spot on. I think you're absolutely correct in that, in assuming this, because Jeddah has for centuries been always been an economic hub. It has always been the place that many pilgrims come here as their first stop and then go to Mecca or Medina. It's so vibrant. It's full of life. There's so many people here enjoying where it is, and I can't wait to see the statement that comes after this meeting and what's going to come out of it.
Yes. On a lighter note, a couple of things that you advise our viewers watching on what they should come and see in Saudi if they happen to be here?
Well, I think if you do come, you should come to Jeddah, check out Al Balad. It's absolutely beautiful. You must visit Riyadh because it's the home of Saudi Arabia, where Diriyah is located, and that's really where the royal family started. There's so many things to see. The Red Sea, for one, it's amazing, it's beautiful. The most clearest of seas you're ever going to see. The corals are breathtaking. The south, it's full of beautiful greenery, and also the north, where the people are very hospitable and just lovely. Come to Saudi, and we would love to host you.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we certainly hope that this visit of PM Modi's will take our country's relations much closer.
Inshallah, I look forward to it, and such a pleasure to meet you today.
Thank you.